introduction, and it's so nice to be here with you in Lakeland, Florida. Great to be back in the Sunshine State. Someone I'd like you to meet also is my husband, Alaska's first dude, Todd Palin. Todd's a commercial fisherman in Alaska's waters, and he's an Iron Dog winner, the 4-time world champion of that longest snow machine race in the world. He's a production operator also up in Alaska's North Slope oil fields. He's a great dad, and so glad that he's here with me to get to meet all of you, Lakeland. This is a wonderful, beautiful part of the country, very, very patriotic. I know that we have those of you who are patriots here. If you would raise your hand, who have served our nation in uniform in the past or today, we're going to thank you. We thank you. Service and your sacrifice. We honor you. We owe you. Now we're just 3 days away from the election. Lakeland, the time for choosing is near. Florida, are you ready to help us carry your state to victory? Are you ready to make John McCain the next president of the United States? Are you ready to send us to Washington to shake things up for all of you? Now our country is facing some tough times right now, tough economic times, and now more than ever we need someone tough as president. Someone who has the experience and the courage and the good judgment and the truthfulness in order to lead on day one. We need a leader with a bold and free and fair plan. We need a new plan to take this country in a new direction. That's got to be John McCain. The only man in this race who has the wisdom and the experience to get our economy back on the right track, because he has a pro-private sector, pro-growth plan that's going to put government back on your side. Our economic plan is going to work for you. It's going to help our families keep their homes, help clean up the corruption in Washington and on Wall Street that brought us the housing crisis. Keep their savings and investments. Look, it's been these esteemed elders in our country. They have raised up our families. They have grown our communities. They've worked all their lives for their savings and investments, and then they've trusted other people to manage those dollars for them. And because of corruption and self-dealing and greed on Wall Street, they're forced to feel insecure. That's not right. That's not fair. Our economic plan will help secure our seniors. I see your poster over there. God bless you. She's 103 years old. He's 103. And we thank you for growing this country. We honor you. Thank you. Our economic plan will help all of us afford good health care. And we're going to help our students afford college. Lauren, the student. Thank you guys for being here. Now, as President John McCain, too, he's going to have the guts to confront the $10 trillion federal debt that has been run up. $10 trillion that we're expected to pass on to our kids for them to pay off for us. That's not right. That's not fair. It won't happen on our watch. We've got the guts to confront it. We'll impose a spending freeze to cover all but the most vital functions of government. Promise because he has a track record to prove it, to protect you, taxpayers, by using his veto pen. I'll tell you, it works. Can't wait to get to work on that with him. We're going to lower your income taxes, Florida. American and every business, John McCain and I, we have a fundamental, very basic disagreement with our opponents in this issue of taxes. We learned just this week that the GDP actually fell in the third quarter of this year. This is the worst possible time to think about raising taxes, but Barack Obama still wants to impose a massive new tax burden. And according to an independent analysis, our opponent's new policies will destroy nearly 6 million jobs over the next decade. What is he thinking? You know what he is thinking? Senator Obama has an ideological commitment to higher taxes. And though it seems that he's adjusting that tax plan increase pronouncement nearly daily now, kind of flip-flopping around on the details, his commitment, though, to higher taxes never changes, and you just have to look at his record to see this. He voted for higher taxes 94 times, even on hardworking, middle-class Americans making just $42,000 a year. He had 94 opportunities to prove to us that he was on our side. Instead, he chose the side of bigger, more aggressive government, growing government, taking more from you 94 times. And now he is committed to nearly $1 trillion more in new spending, but he won't tell you where the dollars will come from to pay for those proposals. So, you can do the math or just go with your gut, and either way you draw the same conclusion, and that's what Barack Obama, what he's going to do, he's going to keep supporting bigger government, he's going to increase your taxes. All you have to do is look at his record to show that ideological commitment. And I'll tell you, Florida, there is nothing wrong with calling someone out on their record and their plans and their responsibilities. And it's not negative campaigning. We gotta call him out on his record, especially in these last days of this all-important campaign. You need to know the truth. We see this as his whole tax plan being so phony, really, that it's already starting to unravel. And thank goodness the light is being shown on it now. It seems like every few days we're getting a new definition of what he considers the middle class, whose taxes he promises won't be raised. First, remember, it was defined as those making under $250,000 a year. And then Joe Biden says, nah, a few days ago he decided, no, it was those making $150,000 a year. They'd be the ones slammed with the higher taxes. And then just yesterday, Governor Bill Richardson, a top surrogate for Obama, working so hard to get Obama elected so they can plug in this tax increase, he said that Obama's tax plans would define middle class as $120,000 a year and under, which would hurt so many Americans. You know how many small businesses that would hurt? It would hurt thousands and thousands and thousands of American businesses if it's ratcheted down to the 120, and that's what the surrogate is saying now. So now we're down to less than half of the original income level that Obama plans with his higher taxes. Just give him a little more time and Obama will be back to raise taxes as he supported before on those earning just $42,000 a year. So, in his mind, he calls this taking more from you. He calls this spreading the wealth. And Joe Biden calls the higher taxes patriotic. But good old Joe the plumber there in Toledo, Ohio. Look at this sign too. They can't have my religion, my gun, or my bulldozer. So says James.